Hey, everybody, have a great week.
Oh, we're going to try. Going to be a high of 56. Might see a stray shower today. Starting off the week kind of cool and then warming up as we get later towards the weekend. It's a Monday. How are you, Kelly?
Great.
Had a good weekend?
Great weekend.
All is well?
Yesterday morning, we went to church, and there's a guy at church, a friend, his name's David, and he loves Megadeth like I do.
Okay.
Right? So we're in the lobby after church just chatting it up and talking about Megadeth and, the Sonic Temple coming up, and so we start singing some Megadeth songs. It was epic.
Right there in the church lobby?
Right there.
Okay.
He said this one song that, and Dave Mustaine's a person of faith, so that's kind of how we led into it. And then we were singing that song, A Tout le monde, which is partially in French. Oh, buddy, it was epic.
Now, was this being like projected into the lobby?
It was just between kind of between the two of us, but we just got into it.
Okay.
Got into it, yeah.
I swear I'd pull a couple $100 out of the bank for that audio.
To see it, right.
I want that audio so bad.
That's great. Vic, how was your weekend?
It was awesome, man. Saturday's weather was gorgeous.
Did you
Catch up?
fish?
Yeah, we got some big bass.
Nice.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a good time.
Nice.
Good time.
You were at Allen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, it got windy. Wore my trolling motor battery down.
Oh, really?
The wind was rough.
Tried to stay in a spot. Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, it's all in all. We had the 13-year-old's birthday. I should say now 14-year-old.
14, wow.
14 years old. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So
how fun.
Oof. Okay.
For him.
Well, yeah, for him. Exactly. I wonder if anyone's ever had this happen before. He got a new desk for his room because his old one just had that weird, wobble to it. And we took an Allen wrench to every single, but it just had this, strange side-to-side wobble. So, all right, we'll get you a new one. Well, Nora told him, look, we'll take care of it on Sunday when we've got some time in the afternoon. We'll put it all together. Well, him being him and the typical impatient 14-year-old, he woke up early. He dragged that thing upstairs. He put it all together.
Wow.
No, not wow,
Oh.
because he's 14 and doesn't pay attention to everything, so we've got 6 leftover screws, so he had to take the whole thing apart. You can't wait 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes. Just give us a second. We told you we'd do it. Everything's got to be now.
Yep.
I bet you got a new Allen wrench in your collection, though.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Sure do. So, anyways, but had a good time. Made them a big old crab leg boil last night because they love doing bang down on the table.
Nice. How'd it turn out?
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all as well. So,
Nice.
Let's get going on a Monday. A lot to do, a lot to talk about, including we are going to talk about teenagers coming up at 7:30 because I got into a conversation with a friend about teenage Ubers. Now, I know if you have an Uber account, you can get the teenage Uber for your teenager to use. I'm talking about being a parent and using your teenager as an Uber. So we got into a little debate about that. Also got my Gummy thoughts, and we have got tickets coming up. If you want to go see Steel Panther coming up here a week from Friday, we'll get you those tickets. Right now, let's get going with Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick.
Yeah, teenagers got to be good for something.
Right.
All right, $25 up for grabs to waterbeds and stuff if you're the first one to text in the correct answer. So last week, Wolfgang Van Halen, his band Mammoth, they played a show down in Cincinnati. And before the show, he teased that the band was going to play a particular song that he would never play. He said, you won't believe what he's finally going to play. And he did play it. What was the song at the Mammoth show in Cincinnati? First one to text it in, 800-821-9970. You'll win the gift card.
Let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick.
All right. Mammoth, which would be Wolfgang Van Halen's band, played a show in Cincinnati last week and teased that he was going to play a song he said he'd never play, and you won't believe it. And I asked, what was the song? Now, keep in mind, this show was last Wednesday, April Fool's Day.
Okay.
And he came out on stage. He said, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this. Maybe this could be our little secret, but I think there's some people out there that really deserve this, and I think it could be really fun. So without further ado...
Okay.
Oh, he rip-rolled him.
He pranked the whole crowd. Everybody in that arena
Why wouldn't you keep playing this? I don't understand what the problem is.
Agreed.
Come on.
Everybody in that arena thought he was going to play some classic Van Halen song, and he rickrolled all of them.
Perfect.
So yeah, that was a good rickroll. So that thing is still going. People are still doing that.
Oh, I can't tell you, like, at least twice a year I get rickrolled. At least.
I'm totally okay with a good rickroll.
Me too.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah, no problem with it.
I don't believe he's going to keep playing it every night.
Well, he should. Because a little rock version of Never Gonna Give You Up sounds pretty good. I'm not mad at it.
Justin Arrowwood in Waverly, first one to text in the correct answer. He can go spend $25 at Waterbeds and stuff.
Speaking of music, we got on a trend for a little bit when people kept sending them to us where we would take these really great rock songs and they were running them through and giving them funk versions. Because I'm a huge funk music fan, and some of them sounded so good. Oh, well, I came across a different version of this where now they are taking famous rock bands and saying, hey, what if they did this song? So instead of taking famous rock songs and changing the genre, taking the famous bands and changing other songs to rock music. And I came across this one that's really well done and really does sound like the band. Because someone asked the question, hey, we all love Disturbed. They kill it. What if they rewrote It Wasn't Me by Shaggy? Now, we all remember It Wasn't Me. What was that? Late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
You're at the club. And we all yelled out, banging on the bathroom floor. I mean, that's what that song was all about. So what if Disturbed sang it? You got to take a listen. I mean, right off the bat.
That's good.
Get Disturbed. Come on. Disturbed, all right.
Honey came in and she called me red-handed, creeping with the girl next door.
I mean, come on.
So we were both butt naked, banging on the bathroom floor.
Yes!
How could I have forgotten I hadn't given her an extra key? All this time she was standing there, she never took her eyes off me. How can you give your woman access to your villa? Just busting no windows while you're banging through your pillow. Better watch your back before she turn into a killer. Let's review the situation that you're caught up in. To be a true player, you have to know how to play. If you stay in line, you can convince her to stay. Never admit to a word when she say. And then she playing my till the baby no way. When she called me on the counter, saw me banging on the sofa, banging another in the shower. She even called me on the couch, so that it was not me.
Yep.
It was not me.
It was not me. It was not me. Yeah. I mean, they really did it.
I need that hook again.
Yeah.
I need that hook again.
I love how you started off the song that way, Kelly. You knew it was coming.
It was not me.
It wasn't me. That fits. I'm just saying it fits.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna have to find some more of those. As much as I loved the funk versions of songs, I want to hear the rock versions of famous pop songs.
I've heard some other people do that with some of the pop songs, and they're not all meant to be.
They're not.
That one is.
So you find the right one.
Great.
It definitely works.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Yeah, we got to fill you in on a couple of stories here. Let me get to this first one. I've known a lot of people who have tried to rekindle relationships or marriages before. I've done it. Where you have the little break. Sometimes you need to reset. My parents got remarried. They got divorced and then remarried again. It can happen. Well, a 40-year-old woman in Florida, yes, we have ourselves a WTF. What the Florida? Her name is Melissa Dunham, and she was hoping to rekindle her marriage. But apparently things didn't go as well as she hoped. Melissa recently moved back in with her husband to celebrate their son's 18th birthday. But on his birthday, they started arguing. And then it went into the next day and the next day. This went on for about 6 days. And then one morning, Melissa walked out of the house with several bags and 2 dogs on a leash. Her husband was pulling in the driveway, and she blurted out, "Well, now we both don't have anything," and then walked away. And it was very shortly after that, as he was sitting there going, "What in the hell?" when smoke started billowing from inside the house.
The building is on fire.
Yep, sure enough, she just set the house ablaze and then got to walking. It didn't take very long for police to catch up with her, where she was then arrested. She was charged with arson of a dwelling and 2 counts of a possession of a controlled substance, because she did have meth and marijuana in her purse.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
At least she saved the dogs.
She did save the dogs. Story number 2 takes us over to South Carolina, where a boutique owner has just been arrested because she has had multiple customer complaints about people ordering things from her boutique online, paying for said item, and then not getting the item. Like, that's not the way you're supposed to run a business. Someone pays for a good, you send them the goods. Well, Pamela Brooke Scroney was arrested and arraigned in Greenville County a couple days ago because she has been arrested again for scamming customers. This is her 15th arrest for scamming people. And she still has her boutique.
Don't they snag your business license?
Oh, wait. Let me fill you in on all the details. It's her 15th arrest since January 1st.
All right, come on. What is going on?
How do you still have a business license?
Yes.
How are you free to walk among us?
I don't understand. It's April 6th. We're not even 100 days into the year, and she has been arrested 15 times since January 1st. Her customers have complained for months that she never gives them refunds and doesn't send product. So they're saying, we don't know what to do. Take away her license. No word on how long she's going to be in jail for, but it's got to be an extended period of time. At this point, some judge has got to be like, you obviously can't learn a lesson. You are of no help to society whatsoever.
Well, why did it take 15 times
That's
to get
a valid
to that?
question. I don't know.
I mean, the resources that have been wasted on this woman.
You'd figure a baker's dozen and you're good. Like a punch card. After your 10th arrest, that's straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
At this point, she must be like, yeah, whatever. I spend a couple hours in jail, then I'm out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, scamming people again. Who cares? Part of the bit, you wrap that into the business plan.
Right, yeah. Take it to the bank. You see how I'm going to make money?
Yeah.
You see here on line item 3, I'm just going to take their money and not send them anything. Yeah. It's the perfect business plan. All right, opinion time. Kelly, yours is going to matter the most here, being the female in the room. But I would love 800-821-9970. Ladies, please call in. Fellas, too, maybe I'm curious as to what you think about it. Because on Saturday, I was at Sam's Club, in the late morning, because I was picking up stuff for Adam's birthday, which was yesterday, because they sell the bags of crab legs there at a good price. I got the crab legs and a couple other things we needed. And I go to check out, and I'm standing behind a young man, probably in his upper 20s, lower 30s, and he happens to be Asian American, which, isn't completely relevant to the story, but maybe you'll see why. Because he's standing there, and the young lady at the cash register is ringing his up, and he puts his hand out. And the young lady's like, okay. And she puts her hand out. And he pulls her hand in and leans over and looks at her hand and starts shaking his head. He goes, no, I don't like your nails. Nails aren't good. Whoa, that's kind of bold, just putting that out there like that. He goes, come see me. I own the nail salon right next to Aldi there. This is on Hilliard Rome Road. He goes, I own the nail salon right there. I was like, oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Trying to earn some business.
Yeah.
Which, all right, it's tough to own a business nowadays. I get it. You want to do anything you can to try and get new customers. But to one, reach out and touch a stranger, and then two, insult her nails to her face. I was like, that's kind of bold. Isn't that kind of the wrong way of going about it? Or am I wrong here?
I think there might be a cultural issue. Perhaps, maybe.
Okay.
That could be a thing. I take my mom regularly to a nail salon, and they can be bold about telling you what services you absolutely need.
They absolutely. Nora has said that many times.
Yeah.
That you go to these nail salons and they're like, no, you need acrylic, or no, you need this color, or no, you need this.
No, that's a terrible color. Or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
But I would say, I wouldn't like that, especially if you're going to call me out in front of other people, because my nails are terrible. Like so this could have been me. I don't want a stranger touching my hands and then embarrassing me in front of people.
Right.
That doesn't earn my business.
That does not. That's it. I get you're trying to promote your business and get it out there and point out where your business is any way possible. But insulting someone, I don't think is I was just so mind blown by that.
I think the attitude is, I'm doing you a favor. Like, I'm doing you a favor by telling you the truth. And I don't think that maybe we, as Americans, aren't willing to receive truth from strangers like that.
All right.
I don't know.
Vic, could you imagine walking up to a woman and be like, yeah, I don't like your nails? No.
No.
Yeah,
she's in the wrong business. She should be in sales if she's that bold and she's just willing.
Well, it was a man.
Or he.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he should be in sales where he can make a lot of money selling something, because this guy should be a salesman. Because he's willing to do
just
that.
Put it out there.
Because you know how salespeople are bold.
Yes.
They are going to come at, they are aggressive.
Yep.
And not everybody can. I could never be a salesperson.
I can't. Yeah, exactly.
I can't do that.
See, I need a soft sell, though. You can't come at me like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. But there are people who they just put it out there.
Yeah.
Because they know it's just a matter of saying it enough to enough people that somebody's going to buy.
Say yes. Right. Yep.
That's how they work.
Yep.
I can't do that.
800-821-9970. I just can't imagine walking up to a stranger, one, touching them nowadays, and two, just boldly insulting, something about them.
What is it, the Chinese culture, where they will basically, they call some of the women's clothing stores for bigger people like Fatty Deluxe, or like they'll call it what it is. Like, you're fat. I've seen a bunch of videos like that where the stores are just named like obese shop here or something like that. It's like, what?
And
we have big and tall, right?
But big and tall is the proper way to say it. You're not just going to say, you fat gargantuan.
Yeah.
That's
nice
just weird. Yeah. Mark has a good point, saying, as a very small-side business owner, I never insult the customer's choice. I never insult and talk down about them, about the competition. You never know what people are how they're going to take it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the right way to do it. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Hey, so my wife, my niece, and my daughter went to get pedicures, and they're like, my niece is 14, my daughter was 12 at the time, and they got in there, and the lady goes, told my niece, oh, your feet too big, you pay for adults.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, even as a child saying your feet are too big, so you need to pay the adult price.
No,
That's insane.
Bigfoot, you are going to pay adult prices.
Yeah.
Those dogs are too big.
I'm going to go get the paint roller so I can put your toenail polish on. Good. Yeah. 800-821-9970, 987 The Blitz.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The three things you need to know before you go.
President Trump says that a possible agreement with Iran could be finalized as soon as today, and he has scheduled a news conference for 1 p.m. But yesterday morning, on Truth Social, he posted an expletive-laden warning for Iran if it did not open the Strait of Hormuz, which is a vital shipping lane through which a large amount of the world's oil and gas normally passes. The Post said, quote, Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing strait, you crazy bees, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. And then said, praise be to Allah, and signed it President Donald J. Trump. Yeah, that was the Eastern Morning Post, I guess. The day before he did say, glory be to God. So, I don't know. That was interesting. We'll see what happens today. If we get a deal or if, they're going to, I don't know,
blow stuff up.
Be living in hell.
Right.
All right, the Artemis II crew will fly by the lunar surface today. NASA says the flyby will officially get underway at 2:45 p.m. Eastern and last several hours. While in their Orion spacecraft, the 4 astronauts will be taking pictures and making scientific observations as they come within 4,000 miles of the surface of the moon at their closest approach. They'll lose communications with ground control for about 40 minutes as they pass behind the moon on its dark side.
That's got to be a crazy feeling.
Scary.
The farthest humans have ever been on the dark side of the moon and no communication with anyone for 40 minutes.
For
just
40
the four of you out in nothingness. Woo.
That's it. Boy, I'll tell you, if that doesn't bond you for life,
right?
I don't know what would. But yeah, as you said, the Artemis II crew will venture deeper into space than humanity has ever been before during this flyby. Savannah Guthrie's returned to NBC's Today Show this morning for the first time since the disappearance of her mother, Nancy, on January 31st. In a video message on Easter, Savannah spoke of her struggles with faith at the time that has followed her mom's disappearance, the agony of not knowing what happened, but says she remains reliant on God for understanding and is a person of deep faith. Authorities say they believe 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was taken against her will, but they have yet to turn up any solid leads. And then the Pima County Sheriff, did you see that? He was flying out of Tucson and had a fully loaded gun in his possession that he forgot to declare. They made him secure it and let him go on his way, but you're messing up left and right, man.
I have a morbid what if. Like, your mother disappears like this, right?
Yes.
Gone for a couple months. You don't know what happened. And let's say you're living with this fear of your mother being kidnapped and the unknown. Let's say in 30 days, okay? Or today. Let's say today even. Somewhere, somehow, they find her body at the bottom of, like, a cliff or something like that.
Yeah.
What if she roamed out of the house and fell? Is that better than, like, being kidnapped? You have an answer? Like, so does that make it better? You have a definitive answer of what happened?
Well,
she's still gone, and it's terrible. And the not knowing's got to be awful. But would you rather know that she fell off a cliff or something?
I think the thing that would plague me if it was my mom is what were those what are those moments like if it was a kidnapping and how terrified. Like, I couldn't live with knowing how terrified. But then again, if you're falling down a cliff, you're probably
pretty terrifying too.
Terrified.
Yeah. But at least you have an
You want an answer. That's all I would say, is that this poor family deserves an answer.
Answer of some sort. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Those are your 3 things.
All right, we've got tickets for Steel Panther coming up next Friday at the Bluestone. Tickets available at AXS.com, or you can win them if you want to go. I want to go to the show. I've never seen them before. Only thing I of course have read about them, and the only thing I've seen is when they auditioned for America's Got Talent, which I'm still. Nora and I were just talking about this in the car. Why are they auditioning for America's Got Talent? They're one. You know that their show, at least what I know about them, there's no way their show would ever become mainstream. Like, no. it's a pretty unique show. Yeah. And then you're already touring the country and have been for many, many, many years. Like, what's America's Got Talent gonna...
I was stunned when I saw them walk out on the stage. I'm like, this is some kind of joke.
Right.
When I first saw it, I'm like, that's Steel Panther. What are they doing?
Yeah.
And they killed it. The place loved them. And I'm like, all of these people who love what they just did are going to go home and start watching their videos and see a very different band than they just saw right here.
It's going to be a little different.
But they went through. And
Mom, I don't think I'm supposed to be watching.
Right, yeah. Wait a minute. All right, 800-821-9970 if you want to go see Steel Panther. Very simple game. We're playing Secret Sound this morning. Going to play you a clip, and all you have to do is identify what is it a sound of. You do so, and we'll give you the tickets. Vic, are you ready with the secret sound?
I am so ready.
All right. Here is today's secret sound for Steel Panther tickets. That's it. Now, we know the laugh at the end.
Yeah.
Someone is laughing at the sound. One more time, Vic.
Why?
What is that secret sound? 800-821-9970, if you can correctly identify it. Blitz, hi, who's this?
This is Adam.
Adam. All right, Adam, I can hear you listening to the secret sound. What is that secret sound?
One more time.
He's still
Adam, you got to turn your radio down. You're getting both of us at the same
I
time.
had to listen to it again.
Adam, hello.
All right, that's too bad.
Blitz, hi, who's this?
John.
All right, John, what is that secret sound?
Is it somebody, belly?
Somebody's what?
Somebody's belly?
Somebody's belly.
Oh.
No, not somebody's belly. No.
Dang it.
Yeah, sorry.
Dang it.
Blitz, hi, who's this?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, what is today's secret sound?
I'm sorry?
What is today's secret sound?
I
You don't
catch it. I'm sorry.
You have no idea what's going on. Okay, great, thanks. People are with it this morning. We're back to 1,000. 800-821-9970. Kelly, you were sitting there closing your eyes, just taking deep, deep thought.
I like it sounds like some kind of percussion instrument.
Well,
You're not totally wrong. Blitz, hi, who's this?
This is Chris.
Chris, what is the secret sound?
Is that like a door stop on the bottom of a baseboard?
Oh, that's
a good guess.
one.
It is
Really
not.
good guess.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you, though. Blitz, hi, who's this?
This is Craig.
Craig, what is the secret sound?
It's a door stop.
No, it is not a doorstop. I'm sorry. 2 guesses in a row. Not a doorstop. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Isaiah.
Isaiah, what is the secret sound?
Is it a dog farting in the water?
It is not a dog farting in the water. No, that's a very specific good
man.
guess, though. I'll tell you this: you're close. You've been the closest so far. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hey, would it be like somebody in the bathtub fart?
You know what, Chrissy? I'm gonna give you the tickets because you're close. Sadly, they are not in a bathtub.
are you sure?
That is just someone
Are you sure?
farting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how that's even possible. Apparently, I guess in the comments section, because it said my first fart in a long time. I think they had something medically done, and so
That's why I made a percussion sound?
I guess I don't know.
It was weeks. First in weeks.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if they had beehole reconstructive surgery. So I don't know if they stretched it out like you do the end of a balloon sometimes.
But the Boston Symphony just hired him.
Yeah,
so.
that is definitely
Because we can't actually see her body, so I wondered if maybe she was in water. But now I'm listening to it going, that's different. That is
I'm
very
wondering if they put like one of those. You see it on race cars sometimes, so the engines have those flappers for it to come out. So it stops it, and then once the air comes out, it moves. I'm wondering if that's like the flapper on the beehole.
Well, like she's got a little one over her beehole.
Yeah, exact cover.
Like a mud flap.
Yeah, a little mud flap on the beehole.
It's even got the silhouette of the girl.
Yeah, it just moves. I mean, what else could it be? I don't know. But yeah, that is someone's fart. So we are going to put you on hold and get some tickets. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. You have a good day.
Don't
go anywhere.
Welcome. Yeah, hang on. Speaking of which, can I tell you about Dr. Michael Levitt? Do you have a feeling, Kelly, that you were made to do radio? Is this your calling?
Yes.
I think this is my calling for sure. Well, Dr. Michael Levitt had one years ago when he was introduced to the gas chromatograph. Chromatograph. Anyways, it's a tool that has been used for many applications, including to analyze gas content in soil or even in crime scene investigations. But he's a gastroenterologist, so he said, you know what we could do? We could actually measure the gas in someone's fart. That is his life calling, he says. So he has decided to do so and is about to publish the study who has worse farts, men or women. And he actually used this gas chromatographer to then seal people's beeholes and fed them very gaseous type food to have them fart into a bag, which was then analyzed by the gas chromatograph. And not only that, then had two doctors who personally analyzed each bag.
You mean smelled them?
Yep, got nose deep in these bags to go to town. The flattest odor judge is what they were called. They were judging how much money would it take for you to be a researcher, and they say, here's 100 bags sealed up. And we need you to sniff every bag and judge them. Okay, what's inside each bag? Farts. How much money would it take, Kelly, for you to sit there?
It would take money. It would.
Lots of it.
And sit there and sniff 100 cellophane bags of farts.
It'd have to be enough that I could just take the rest of the year off.
Yeah, like a
recover.
grand a bag.
Grand a bag.
It's $100 grand.
$100 grand, yeah. Yep. It is the famous Dead Sea Tupperware. Listen. Still good. There's no way. There's a way, but it would take a lot of money. A lot of money. Yeah, it's a Monday morning, and I got a pretty busy week ahead of me, so I wanted to make sure that I was extremely well rested, got to bed a little early, took some extra gummy, hoping that it would just put me to deep sleep. However, the gummies kicked in before I fell asleep, so my mind started to wander a little bit, and I wanted to share some of my gummy thoughts with you, and including this one I had before I fell asleep. Do you think that hand sanitizer companies make it, like it says on the bottle, eliminates 99.9% of bacteria? Do you think they make it that way just so the bacteria can reproduce and they'll never go out of business?
Oh, they leave that one
just that
bacteria.
0.01%,
yes.
just enough to reproduce. Just never, ever going to go file for bankruptcy.
It honestly would not surprise me.
That is a business plan.
Did you ever think about the fact that they named the kids in the movie The Incredibles before they actually knew their powers? Violet is the oldest. She controls ultraviolet light, which is why she can turn invisible and stuff.
Okay.
Dash is the fast one. And then Jack has all the powers. He's the jack of all trades.
How did they do that?
But they named him before. Because we know that Jack didn't get his powers until he was, 1? So you have to assume that all the kids didn't get their powers until they were 1.
Yeah,
They had to know they were going to give him those powers.
Huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Incredible was shocked when Jack started doing everything. He had no idea that he could fly and set himself on fire and turn himself into a monster and shoot lasers out of his eyes. He didn't know. That's why he was like, "You've got superpowers!"
Awesome.
Here's one for you. I thought about this before falling asleep last night. If you touch your phone in just the right place, McDonald's will just magically show up at your door.
It's a great thing.
It is unbelievable.
Wild.
Yep. It's like a modern day genie. You give it a couple rubs in the right place, shows up at your door.
That's so true.
Mm-hmm. I thought about this before falling asleep last night. Why is it when we're awake, you go work out real hard and you'll get tired? But if you're tired, you work out a little bit and you're wide awake.
Yeah, it has the opposite effect.
Right. That don't make no sense. I figured if I'm tired and I work out, I should be tired and go back to sleep. That's not the way it works. Thought about this before falling asleep last night. Hopefully you had a good time on Easter and got to see family and friends and maybe even participated in an Easter egg hunt. You realize that an Easter egg hunt is just a bunch of overdeveloped sperm running around and looking for an egg again? Kelly's really trying to look at Kelly's trying to figure it out. She's like, wait, what?
You don't get it?
I get that an egg it's an unfertilized egg, a hard-boiled egg. An egg that we buy at the store is unfertilized. So wouldn't... Okay.
If you ever call me Mr. Literal again.
It looks like you got the spiral going.
I know, Vic. I call you Mr. Literal, and I'm over here trying to do the math on this thing.
And finally, this is the final thought I had before dozing off last night, because we are going to do something today, or four people are going to do something today that no human has ever done before. Traveling farther in space than ever before. And we still have, I think, a good 7 days before they get back. Plenty of time for everyone on the recovery team who's going to be there to get them when they come back. Everyone needs to wear ape costumes, and we could pull off the best prank ever. Still got time. We got like 7 days before they get back.
So good. That'd be fantastic.
I think that would be so glorious if we did that. And those are my Gummy thoughts from last night.
It's the Morning Blitz.
It's time for another edition of Normal or No.
All right, so I've shared the fact before that Brendan, the 17-year-old, has brought up driver's ed, which for a while was kind of on the back burner. There was no real rush, but now he's ready. 17, I figured. So, yeah, we'll get that started. And just had the now 14-year-old who had a birthday yesterday, so creeping up on that. But I got into a discussion now that the 17-year-old wants to start driver's training about people who have used their teenagers as Ubers before. And specifically got into the conversation about, you ever gone out to like brunch or a Friday night with friends and you pick up the phone and instead of driving home, which you shouldn't do, or paying for an Uber, do you ever call the 17 or 18-year-old that's still living with you and be like, hey, come pick me and my friends up from the bar? Because I know it happens. I know for a fact it happens. But is it wrong? Or is it the right thing? Is it the right thing to do? You're trying to save $25, $30, whatever an Uber might cost you to get home. And, is it any different than, hey, you're old enough now, go cut the grass? Or they're old enough to do a chore and you give them said chore. You think that's wrong, Kelly? Is that normal or is that a nope?
Here's what I'll say. Occasionally, I don't have a problem with it. You're teaching the kid, be responsible, don't drive, don't get behind the wheel. In fact, I've had a few, I'm not going to get behind the wheel, and we forgot to appoint a designated driver in our group.
Okay.
We forgot. That should be the norm. You should be providing for yourselves as adults, responsible adults of kids. All right?
Okay.
But I don't have a problem if it's occasional. If you're an alcoholic and you're out drinking every night and relying on your kid for a ride home, I think that you're probably creating some issues.
Yes, okay.
With the child.
But every once in a blue moon.
Every once in a while, hey, you're saving some money. Maybe your designated driver,
They had we didn't know they were bottomless mimosas at brunch.
Right.
And then we found out once we got there.
Guess what? It hit us all at once, and we're not going to do it. We don't feel safe driving. Come get us. I don't have a problem with that.
800-821-9970. I'd love to hear from the parents out there. Have you done this? Would you do this? Is this not normal? This is a big nope, and you wouldn't do it. Think what you think. You have kids. Have you been in the? But you're not a huge drinker. But have you been in the situation?
We chauffeured those kids all over the damn place almost every day for years and years. It is time for some return on my investment.
Okay, all right.
Damn right.
See, I tend to agree with you, Thick. It's the same thing as like chores.
Yes.
We provided everything for you. Get out there and cut the grass. Assist in the social structure of this household.
Now, I've told the story before, but when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, my mom would send me with $1 to the local drugstore. I would walk there to pick her up a pack of cigarettes.
Yes.
I feel like I owed her that much.
Okay.
All right.
Blitz, hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Karina.
Hi, Karina. Normal or nope? Using your 17 or 18-year-old, or 19-year-old that still lives at home as an Uber.
So actually, I'm going to give you guys the other side of this scenario. I have driven my parents home, and I've actually offered to do it. Like, hey, if you want to get a drink.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good daughter. That's a good daughter.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, the way you said it, it sounded like there was a but. Yes. The tone of your voice, I was waiting for the but. But you actually offered. That's very kind of you. All right. I appreciate the call.
All right.
Have a great one. Jeff said, and I've heard this before too, Jeff texted in and said, man, I picked up my parents and cousins who were drunk all the time. It was a fun experience. I have heard that.
I'll bet it was.
If you're the 18 or 19-year-old looking at your parents drunk and funny, I bet it could be a good time.
Honestly, back when I was growing up or had a license at 16, that's when everybody was drinking and driving. So there really wasn't an opportunity to offer.
They didn't care. They're like, no, we're fine. No, Blitz, hi, who's this?
Hey, good morning, Goose. Tony.
Tony, you ever played designated driver when you were like 17 to your parents?
Well, hey, sir, good morning, first of all, Mr. Goose. And, no, sir, I'm 53 years old. I've never had my license, and it's pretty much what Miss Kelly said. Be responsible, like, occasionally, but then again, on the other hand, ha, ha, ha.
Yes, it can be very funny, but absolutely be responsible. Let's see. 1395 says, my kids are 20 and 22, and I still do it. You still call them to have your 20 and 22-year-old pick you up. All right. Let's see. Chris says, I provided the car, pay for insurance. I'll call my kid if I need a ride.
Okay. That makes sense.
Completely valid.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's my car I let you use. So you know what? Every once in a blue moon, you are going to be my taxi driver and my DD.
Every single time your kid needs something, they call you. Now I need something. I need to be able to call you back.
Right. Absolutely. 800-821-9970. No, I was going to say, absolutely. Who's on the line? Blitz, hi, who's this?
This is JC.
JC, have you ever used your kids as a Uber before?
Yeah, still continue to.
You still continue to. So to you, completely normal. There's nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely. She volunteers sometimes. Other times it's pre-planned by me. Yeah.
I was going to say, do you tell her, hey, I'm going out with the boys, or Mom and I are going out, we're going to need you to pick us up later? Or do you just go out and they're like, well, we got to call her and have her pick us up?
Both.
Both, okay.
He's got a lifetime membership.
Yeah, right. All right. Fair enough. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
The Cincinnati Enquirer is reporting on a police incident that it has just uncovered out of Middletown, Ohio, which is the midpoint between Dayton and Cincinnati, where back in early January 3rd of this year, a Middletown police officer responded to a domestic violence call. A 15-year-old boy reportedly kicked his grandmother and broke a computer monitor after an argument. Now, police have been to this house before over this kid's temper, and apparently the responding officer was sick of it. Her name, Officer Jamie Patterson. According to body cam footage, she handcuffed the teenager and then said, "What happened to corporal punishment?" And then at least 2 times said it was okay to hit the handcuffed teen. And guess what? Grandpa did. He took a belt and whipped this handcuffed kid at least 10 times, leaving what are described as purple welts the size of softballs. Now, this teenager was taken to the hospital for treatment and then to juvie for 6 days. Nobody reported this until a jail official saw the kid, reached out to police and said, hey, I think I might have a child abuse case on my hands. And they're like, oh, yeah? Hey, why don't you just tell the kid to come talk to us when he gets out? So they're tired of the kid. The kid sounds like a big problem, but obviously you cannot do this.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Oh, you got to leave the body cam off.
Okay, that's not it either.
Oh, no?
No.
Is that what you were talking about?
No, I mean that.
So since this incident has been uncovered, this officer, Patterson, has been put on leave and indicted on 2 counts of dereliction of duty. So she's in huge trouble.
Yeah, it's not good.
And then the case of his domestic case against the kid, and his grandma has custody, so he lives with her. Then that case, the status of is unknown, but pretty wild situation.
Yeah. Wow.
A Waymo had to be rescued from floodwaters in San Antonio, Texas over the weekend after it got stuck. Fortunately, at the time, it was moving, but no passengers were inside. It comes as the Google-owned robo-taxi company faces some criticism in San Antonio because several days ago, Waymo was spotted driving the wrong way in a one-way school drop-off zone.
Oops.
So, seems like there are still some kinks to be worked out there.
Why was this like the drop-off zone? Was it an active drop-off zone? Like, was it drop zone time?
Good question. I don't know the details.
Because my more important question would be, why are you sending your kid to get dropped off by a Waymo?
Yeah, that's so true.
Like, wait a minute.
Or picked up. Yeah.
There are details we need. Yes. Well, an Arizona hiker's climb on Saturday turned into a medical emergency after he suffered a massive bee attack. The man was near the summit of Lookout Mountain Preserve in North Phoenix and was stung more than 100 times.
Oh,
no, not the bees! Not the bees!
And he was unable to make his way back down. He was so incapacitated. Several other hikers were also attacked by this same swarm. Now, rescue crews had to use a hoist operation to lift this man off the mountain and transfer him to an ambulance at the trailhead. And then he was taken to the hospital in critical condition. He's still in the hospital now. Fortunately survived. But officials there in Arizona said Africanized bees are out there. They've been around since the 90s. And if you get hit by a swarm, you need to protect your face and head and run. That's basic.
Bees everywhere! They're ripping my flesh off!
Son, roll around. Jeremy, roll around on the ground.
Save yourself! Don't be the hero! Your firearms are useless against us!
We did it one time on the golf course. We drove up to our golf. We teed off and hit our drives, and we drove up to our ball and stopped to get out to hit our second shot. And I went back to the cart, and all of a sudden I'm like, what the hell? We parked right on top of like this mound of bees. Yeah, it was unbelievable trying to get that cart out of there. I didn't get stung. I have no idea how I didn't get stung. But yeah, they were everywhere.
It's freaky.
I have not been stung since I've been 12 years old, and I'm the first person to like flip out if there's some sort of bee or wasp around. Because the last time I was stung, one flew in my mouth at summer camp, and I spit it out, and it got me on the way out and got my lip, and like my bottom lip was touching my nose.
Swollen.
And ever since then, I've had like a fear of ever getting stung again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got stung 2 years ago. It was the first time in forever. I was out on the boat. I mean, we're way away from the bank, and one just landed right on my chest and just stung me. It was bizarre.
I got stung in the ankle as an adult, and it does really, really hurt. Maybe as a 12-year-old, you're overreacting, but you're not.
I have this fear that it is going to be the most debilitating pain in the history of life.
It's
like,
not
I'm
that.
so scared of getting stung.
But it does hurt.
It does. It's the venom, I think, is what you feel for about a half an hour. I felt, it was a good half hour. I could feel that.
Oh, all right.
But it wasn't terrible.
Those are your 3 things.
All right. Well, we've got some good news for the Fisher people out there. That is, if you're going to New York City.
Fishy, fishy.
If you want to visit the Hudson River, they have now announced for the first time in 50 years, everyone in the family can now eat some fish from the lower Hudson River. Because for a long time, you could not. There were high levels of PCB chemicals in the Hudson River, saying you shouldn't eat the fish. And then they said, as a grown man, your body can probably handle it, but little children and babies and women shouldn't be eating any fish from the Hudson River. And now they said, no, it is now acceptable for the entire family to enjoy fish from the river. Mainly the striped bass, they say, is okay to eat. They say they recommend still avoiding the carp and the smallmouth bass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't eat the bass.
Here's the thing. I would give it at least a year. There's nothing you can tell me. Yeah. There's nothing. If there's ever a food that they take off the list or they say don't eat, there's an issue with chemicals, infection, whatever the case may be. And then they come out and they say, okay, all clear, go ahead. I'm easing back into that one. I'm not jumping feet first into that.
The Cuyahoga River in Ohio caught fire. It was so polluted back in 1969.
Okay.
But they say it's safe to eat fish out of there now. And I'm like, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's fine. But all I'm thinking about is the pollution.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lake Erie is so much cleaner now than it was back then.
Right.
Thanks to, I believe, it's the zebra mussels that have filtered it. They talk about what a pain and a nuisance the zebra mussels are, but they have turned that water crystal clear. They've done the same to Alum Creek. That water's so clear now.
55 years, 56 years, I'd be okay. But...
yeah, just like a few months.
But definitely giving it time.
But that Lake Erie water to the human eye was nasty to look at back then.
Oh, yeah. If it's catching fire, then you know something's not right. There's an issue there.
We did have, there was for years, they were saying don't eat out of the Scioto because of high mercury. Remember? And, it's in better shape now.
Just got to be real leery where your food is coming from. Not to mention, for the longest time, they were told you, like humans, not to jump in the Hudson River. So if it's that bad, there's no way you can tell me all of a sudden, hey, we're in the clear, go ahead, eat up. No, thanks.
We've had those problems with algae blooms at Buckeye Lake and Indian Lake over the past.
I believe that, yeah.
I haven't heard any for the past couple years, but they gave swimming warnings and stuff,
Yeah.
When they had these big algae blooms, which came from chemicals running off of farmland.
No thanks. I'm good. So if you're heading out to the Hudson River, just know that you can now eat some of the fish from the lower Hudson. That's the other issue. They're saying stick to the lower Hudson. Wait a minute. All that water is connected. Yeah. So don't tell me there's a portion of the water I can eat out of when all the water's mixed together. That's not how that works. I don't know much. I'm an absolute idiot, especially when it comes to science and math. But I'll tell you, some science I know, all that water's connected. That's one thing I know for a fact.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right. Our first story has got... if you've ever been on a ride before, have you ever been on a roller coaster or a ride when something went flying? Or no?
Yes. I've seen things fly out of people's hands or pockets.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Nothing has hit you, though?
Nothing's ever hit me.
Okay, because there have been stories of...
even vomit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why you ride in the front seat, Kelly.
Oh, man. I can't. I'll take a seagull to the face.
Yeah.
I don't want to get barfed on. Well, this woman got hit by a knife. Now, here's the thing. Thankfully, it was a Swiss Army knife that was folded up. It was still all contained. Because, man, if you're on a roller coaster going 50 or 60 miles an hour and the blade comes at you, it's going to cause some damage.
Even without the blade.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Yes, she still did catch some damage. Unfortunately, it hit her in the face, and she did have a cut on her face. And the emergency, the doctors did show up, or the emergency crews did show up from the park, and she did sue. Now, no word on what's going to happen yet. And that's the other thing, though, because you're told to empty your pockets. If you don't empty your pockets, do you sue the person, or do you sue the park? Or do you sue both?
Where are you supposed to put your stuff?
A lot of times they'll have like lockers, or they'll have just
box.
like wooden crates.
You can just dump it in there.
Yeah, you
and
just
then
dump
pick
it in
up
there.
at the end. Okay.
When it's your turn to ride, you walk through the ride itself, and on the exit side, they've got like these boxes.
Yeah,
and you
okay.
just put your stuff in the box.
Gotcha.
And then when your ride's done, you go back to the box and get your stuff.
I've seen ball caps fly off.
Oh yeah, yep. If you go to any amusement park, look at their most popular rides when you're in the turnstiles and going through the stanchions and everything. Look where the track is in the gravel. Yeah. You're going to see quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
They've done articles about like the after hours cleanup. Where once everyone leaves and they just start walking the grounds of the rides.
How many
and what
cell
they
phones?
find? Oh yeah, so much stuff. So empty your pockets. There's no reason to have anything in your pockets.
Why did you bring a Swiss Army knife to
That's another
to the
valid
park?
question.
There are people out there that carry those religiously.
They
will never
live
leave home,
and die by
never
their
leave
Swiss
home
Army
without it.
knife.
I don't know
That
when
is
you're going to
true.
need a tiny little spoon.
Right. Or a corkscrew.
Or a corkscrew.
You remember, it initially started with like the Swiss Army knife that had like I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 things. It obviously had your big blade, it had your can opener, and it had your corkscrew,
Nail
and it had
clippers
your
and a
nail
file.
yeah. And then they had the really big one, which got into the they had like that little toothpick on the side of it.
Yes.
I think
that
it
you
even
could
had
take out.
a place for a thread and sewing needle.
Yeah, I mean it's. I would not want one of those giant ones. Yeah, the little mini scissors.
Yeah. I mean, it's a survival tool. That's it at that point. You know, you're like getting lost in the mountains.
Right.
You're at Cedar Point.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm pretty sure you're not going to have to fix Snoopy's little roller coaster.
Yeah.
They've got people for that.
Which you could do with that.
Yeah.
You're sitting waiting for the Raptor to start. You're like, oh, that thing looks a little loose. Let me just...
Does anyone have a Phillips head?
Right.
I repeat.
All right. Story number 2 takes us over to San Francisco. Kelly, you just had a story about a Waymo car in San Antonio that got flooded, basically, because it drove... Yeah, how does it not know that the road is flooded? Obviously, the road wasn't closed, because I assumed it would have updated its maps if the road was closed.
Right.
So it just didn't know. Well, here's one, and I really would debate whether or not I'm getting in this car, because someone called a Waymo. The car pulled in, because they were being picked up at a fast food restaurant. The Waymo car drove the wrong way into the drive-through lane. You know, like where the pickup window is, and you're on the left hand. No, this thing pulled in the opposite direction of the one way of the exit of the drive-through lane, which I guess could be a mistake if you're an unmanned car. You know, you're physically in the parking lot of the fast food restaurant, but you should know if something is one way or a do not enter. And I'm really questioning whether or not I'm getting in that car. Like if I'm the one who called the car, and I see that my unmanned car just pulled in the wrong way of a drive-through lane, I might question whether or not I'm going to trust that thing to get me to my destination safely.
Is there a way to course correct as the human inside the Waymo, or are you just at the mercy?
I think there's a call button.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you're inside the Waymo, there's a call button in case there's a problem, and that connects you to a human who then can course correct.
I saw a TikTok video over the weekend. There was a young woman who was in a Waymo and was behind another car on the curb lane. The car had stopped and was motioning the Waymo around. It's like, I'm not moving. I'm sitting here waiting or doing something, dropping something off. But the Waymo wasn't recognizing the motion. And so the girl was stuck, just waiting on whatever this guy had to do as his errand in front of her.
Yeah, I'm hitting the call button.
But yeah, the Waymos are supposed to be able to recognize hand motions and respond accordingly.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah, I had no idea. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, here's audio from the person who called the Waymo as it was in the wrong way lane of the drive-thru.
So my mom ordered this Waymo, right? And tell me why the Waymo done went through the drive-thru the wrong way. Wait, you got to go through the drive-thru the other way. My bad, bro. God, Mom, be safe. You can't park here.
Well, you called it way.
Yeah, I'm questioning whether or not I trust that vehicle.
I don't.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah,
I'm not getting into any unmanned vehicle at this point. Unless I am, I'll try like what is it, autopilot type situation,
like a Tesla. Yeah.
But I need to still be behind the wheel.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I know in Vegas they now have like an underground tunnel system with some driverless cars that will take you from hotel to hotel.
What could go wrong?
But it's only like one track, back and forth. Like they're not making turns and going through cities.
They did that here at Bicentennial Park. They have unmanned shuttles around,
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still a little leery, though.
I don't know if they're still using them or not, but they did use them for a while. They might be. But I would do that because they go 4 miles an hour.
Right.
You can jump out if you have to.
Yeah. That's your not so breaking news. I decided in the last 5 seconds this is a terrible, terrible idea.
Why?
Okay.
I'm going to tell you. Because you found a story, Thick, about Zara Aldrich. She is now achieved membership in 2 prestigious intelligence organizations before her 5th birthday. She's a California preschooler who gained acceptance into Mensa, and also let's see here. Oh, what's the other one? It doesn't say.
She's smart.
She's smart.
Kelly almost got into Mensa.
She's crazy smart. She reads at a 12th grade level as a preschooler. So this is what I was thinking when Thick found this story. I was like, oh, what's reading at a 12th grade level? What does that mean? So I Googled words at a 12th grade level.
Okay.
And this is why this is a bad idea, because I had the idea that we could quiz each other on what these words mean. But there's a problem with that. I already felt bad at knowing that I was not going to be able to define these words. But problem number 2 is, I don't know if I can read these words to you.
Oh, pronounce them?
To give you the words.
Maybe just
That's
spell
how
them.
stupid I am.
Well, yeah, you could
Just
spell
spell
them,
it, and then we'll see if we know it.
Okay.
Let's not worry about the meaning. Let's just see if we can.
Okay, fine.
Them. We don't want to. We don't have to make ourselves sound too stupid.
All right, get your pen and paper then.
All right.
First word is a verb. I can tell you that.
Okay.
It is spelled AMELIORATE.
Okay.
Ameliorate?
Ameliorate.
Yeah,
ameliorate.
Yeah.
Ameliorate.
Use it. Oh, can you give me the Latin
Origination?
Do you know what it means? Ameliorate?
Does it mean to placate or?
I'm going to tell Emilio how he did his job.
That's what hey man, I'm gonna judge you here. Ameliorate. No, it means to make something better.
Okay, that's to placate, I would say.
Oh, okay.
I would say I was close to being right.
All right.
See, I told you. She almost got into Mensa.
All right, fine. Here's one.
Yeah, see, it's not quite there, but that's how I finish up my tests.
She got into Ments.
I got into Menso. That's the Temu version.
Yes,
or maybe Ments B.
Yeah, Ments B, yes.
Yeah.
All right, pen and paper. Here you go. PARSIMONIOUS. PARSIMONIOUS.
Parsimonious.
Parsimonious.
No. PARSIMONIOUS.
Yeah. Parsimonious.
That's it.
What does that mean? Parsimonious.
Does it mean being kind of snobby?
Close.
Okay.
Damn, Kelly.
Close. It's extremely frugal or stingy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ments B over here.
Ments B.
Ments B. Coming through again.
Okay, let's see. Esoteric. That's on the list. I know that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Inexorable. INEXORABLE.
Inexorable.
Inexorable. Impossible to stop.
Okay.
I don't.
Superman is inexorable.
TEMERITY.
Temerity.
Temerity. Okay, that makes sense. Temerity. What does temerity mean?
Ments B, got it? I don't have any idea. I've never heard that word in my life.
It's easier to know if you can see it in a sentence. So you could sort of...
Yeah, if you can use it in a sentence.
Okay. Sometimes I can be very temerity. What is it?
Temerity.
Temerity. Sometimes I have temerity.
Okay.
Well, that's not.
temerity?
That's, you got to be better than that with the sentence. That could be anything. What, you have gas?
Sometimes I exude temerity. Temerity.
All right.
Oh, confidence?
Excessive confidence or boldness.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. Very good.
Or
Dick
baldness?
Baldness, not baldness.
Huh?
Boldness.
Oh, boldness.
Yes. Baldness would work, though.
You're getting both? You have two different definitions, and you got them both.
I got them both. I'm all wrapped up on. I am temerity all wrapped up in one. That's how it works. Anyways, good for you, Zara. Keep Zara Aldrich in the back of your mind, because coming up, she's going to do some very big things.
4 years old.
4 years old.
That's insane, man.
Yep. She reads at a high school senior level, studying mathematics. She excels at puzzles. Yeah, obviously.
We have 12th graders who can't read at 4th grade levels. We got a 4-year-old reading it at 12th grade level. It's nuts.
49 years old and can't read it at 12th grade level. So I know how it goes.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Police have arrested a Cincinnati man, they say, opened fire on a group of young people who ding-dong ditched his home. The juveniles apparently banged on the man's door and then ran. They got into a vehicle to make their getaway. But before they could take off, police say that Jarvis Godfrey came out of his home and opened fire, hitting the vehicle. The kids were not hurt. Godfrey says he was just trying to take out one of their tires. Godfrey is charged with felonious assault. Well, an American airman spent nearly 2 days hiding in an Iranian mountain crevice before a U.S. commando raid fought its way in to pull him out 200 miles inside the country. The unidentified officer, the backseat weapons system officer on an F-15E Strike Eagle, was downed on Friday. As Iranian forces, militias, helicopters, and drones closed in, U.S. leaders launched an operation they had been wargaming for a long time. About 100 special ops troops, a swarm of U.S. aircraft, and a CIA deception campaign were launched. The airman activated an emergency beacon and was eventually located. Apparently, Iran had offered a bounty of more than $66,000 to capture the airman alive. The CIA then spread false word that the airman was being moved overland, and then SEAL Team 6 went in for the rescue. They scaled a 7,000-foot ridge to get to this guy.
Man.
He was rescued and had suffered only a sprained ankle. It's pretty miraculous. Well, boy, do we love to celebrate a convenience store in Ohio. It seems like we were just celebrating that first wave of Sheetz stores that hit Central Ohio. We got all excited about that. And now it's Ohio's first Buc-ee's Travel Center, which is opening today, is already open right off I-70 north of Dayton. Even Governor DeWine is making an appearance today to cut the ribbon at noon. Next, I guess plans are in the early stages to open another Buc-ee's off 71 in the Mansfield area.
How far away is this one?
It's about an hour, I would say.
I'll take the trip.
Okay, yeah, because then if they end up opening one off 71 in the Mansfield area, it's going to be another hour.
Yeah.
So we're right in between.
I'll take the trip to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, an hour?
Yeah.
How? Okay. Is it what? Why? Let me just ask you why. And I don't say that out of genuine curiosity. I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
I haven't either. And I hear everyone talking about them.
Yeah, so it's just the novelty of it.
Just the novelty of it.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Okay.
What the fuss is all about.
Yep. Because I have been to. There is one in Iowa when you're taking 70-80 across the country to get from what I used to take from Detroit to Colorado. You cut right through Iowa, and there is the whatever it's called, Iowa 70 truck stop, and it's the Mall of America of truck stops.
Okay.
And people talk about Buc-ee's like I have seen the I-70 truck stop before.
Is that what it is? Is it
a truck stop?
A truck stop?
Yeah, it's a truck stop.
But a massive truck
gas station.
It's everything.
Okay.
Is it as big as a Target, would you say, or is it as big as like a Sheetz?
No,
what are we looking at?
Target.
Target.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huge.
Huge. Yes.
And I know
You're
they
talking
sell merch
like
and all that stuff.
and restaurants, and not only like a sit-down restaurant, but like a food court with multiple selections, like a mall, showers, all of it. Everything.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just the curiosity, the way people talk about Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I'd be curious. I'd pop in, I guess, if one was down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And I want to get like one of those I Ate at the Beaver T-shirts or whatever they sell at Buc-ee's. I know they sell something like that.
Is that something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There's a reason to go.
That's their mascot.
Bucky the Beaver.
Yeah, the mascot is the beaver.
Yeah.
And even if it's the T-shirt that just is the picture of the beaver on the front,
right?
Then I'll take some duct tape or something and write I eat, and then I'll just tape it right to the shirt. I'll make my own. I don't care.
How dare you?
But I do want to go.
Bucky is a beloved children's cartoon. All right. Those are your three things.
Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP.
Well, this story really only applies to two types of people, radio nerds and pop culture nerds. Because for the first time in 48 years, the iconic WKRP call sign is going to be in Cincinnati.
There's going to be a real WKRP
There's going to be a real WKRP Cincinnati. Now, of course, a lot of people watch the show growing up, and you know, or maybe you don't, that every radio station, every TV station has its call letters. Those 4 little letters that identify a station. And basically, if you are east of the Mississippi, you are a W something. And if you're west of the Mississippi, you're a K something. But WKRP has never been in Cincinnati before.
What are our call letters?
WRKZ.
Okay, yeah, just checking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I could go through my list.
You have a lot of them.
I got plenty of them, yeah. Now, here's the deal. It has bounced around for a while. WKRP was a real set of call letters, but it just kind of bounced around because basically once it's taken, it can't be used by any other station. And every so often, either a station will go off the air and those call letters become available again, or someone doesn't renew them and it becomes available again.
I know at one time some guy had his own little personal 100-watt radio station and he was using them.
Yeah, it's illegal.
No, he had the call letters.
He had the call letters?
It was in his home. He just had a 100-watt transmitter.
Okay.
Because it wasn't being used by anybody.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, here's the deal. It has bounced around the east side of the country for a while, but after 48 years, yes, it finally will be a station in Cincinnati. Now, it doesn't say what kind of station it's going to be.
Yeah, they can't reveal anything.
Right. So it could be a rock station. It could be a pop station. There's no idea. There's no word on what genre of music they're going to play.
I think you got to go with the TV show and make it a rock station.
You would think. You would think that would be the smart play.
And then do you hire people and put them on the air with the name Dr. Johnny Fever and Venus Flytrap?
I think that's too much.
I do too.
Yeah, that's too much. But definitely make it a rock station.
But I want Johnny's attitude.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since it hasn't been announced yet, I'm assuming they haven't hired any jocks. Why not put the Morning Blitz on WKRP?
Syndicate us.
Man.
Yes.
You know how awesome it would be to be on WKRP?
Oh, my God.
The first morning show on WKRP? That'd be pretty cool. Somebody get on that! Call my agent!
We have a meeting this afternoon.
Oh, wait.
We got to bring that up.
We should bring it up.
Yes.
Yeah, there ain't no agent here. But if you know someone, send them our way.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, time to learn you some stuff on a Monday morning, make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up today. Like, did you know the original 8 jelly bean flavors that were introduced in 1976 were lemon, root beer, tangerine, cream soda, green apple, licorice, grape, and very cherry. Which very cherry is the most popular flavor since 2003.
Never liked jelly beans.
I'm not a jelly bean fan.
Did not care for them at all. Even through the change in the flavors, it didn't matter.
I'm not really a fruit person all that much when it comes to candy. I'm definitely not a jelly person.
Right.
Not for me. Over 4,000 years ago, the first ever customer complaint was recorded in the ancient script cuneiform. Basically, someone complained about very poor quality copper and was like, I want to speak to the manager.
That's the first Karen.
That's the first Karen. Oh, probably Chris if they were complaining about copper.
Oh, okay.
It's probably more of a Christopher. Yeah. Nuclear physicist Nicholas Kemmer suggested the atomic symbol for Pu for plutonium deliberately as a joke because it resembled Pu as in the foul smell. No one objected, so it made the periodic table. Sure enough, we've got Pu for plutonium. The oldest person to father a child. You want to take a guess as to the oldest person ever to father a child?
Who it is or the age?
The age.
Oh, 87.
Not quite.
No?
96.
Damn.
Yeah. He believed that the reason he could still have children was that he had been a vegetarian his entire life. He died in 2020 at the age of 104. 96 years old. And you're told, hey, I'm going to have a baby. No, thank you. And finally, the last time a left-handed catcher played in the major leagues was in 1989. Due to the nature of the throws, lefties struggled to play catcher. It's also rare to see a left-handed thrower at third base, shortstop, or second base because of the throw to first. Yeah. It takes extra time to turn your body to get the ball to first base, so it's always right-handed people that have that side of the field.
Yeah, because if you're left-handed, man, it's like
you got to turn your entire body to get the ball over to first.
I never thought about that.
Yep. And that time could easily result in more safe plays at first base because you're not getting the ball there in time.
It's like, one of the most important positions on the football field is the left tackle, but not if your quarterback's left-handed. You need a better right tackle.
Exactly. Yep, changes up everything. There you go, learning some stuff on a Monday morning, 99.7 The Blitz.